And the second topic today comes to us from Brett Jessie, who writes, my question is regarding AMC's food drink practices. It began here last year and involves do-it-yourself drink machines and popcorn cart and increased prices. Drink prices range from $5 for a regular to $8 for a large. I don't quite pay that much, but it is high. Popcorn is $7 plus to $10 plus. Again, I don't pay that much, but it is high. After ordering your drinks, they hand you a cup and point you to a line for getting your own drink. When getting popcorn, they point you to a cart for you to add your own butter and salt it yourself. Seriously, do you agree or disagree? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Bretton. For those of you who probably live in areas and have theaters like mine, a year or two ago, maybe even a little bit longer, my local movie theater, which is the AMC Burbank 16, they started they have like 8 of these soft drink dispensing machines, right? Where you go up and dispense your own soft drink. They have like 80 different types of soft drinks in it, and you select what you want, and then you dispose it. And for a long time now, a lot of movie theaters they give you your popcorn, but then there's a buttering station that you go and butter it yourself. Is this a good or a bad thing? It depends on your point of view, but I'll tell you what, I love it. I personally love it. And there's 2 reasons why I really like this new trend. Reason number 1 is the less important reason. But reason number 1 is I get to do everything to my taste perfectly. So if I want 18% butter, I don't have to worry that the guy, the teenage high school kid who's working at the movie theater is going to put in just the right amount of butter the way I want it. Because I can't be there behind the counter holding his hand right. And if you know me, butter is very important. Butter, there's my new t-shirt. Butter is very important. So if you know me at the movie theaters, popcorn is nothing but a butter delivery device, man. I love my butter. I want the perfect amount of butter. And I am now in control of how I butter my popcorn, how much butter I put on that popcorn, and all that kind of stuff, right? I like being in control of that. When I go to the soda machine, sometimes I like to mix my drinks. Now, look, traditionally, the movie theaters have like 8 different kind of sodas you can order, right? Because they only have so much space back there. With these machines, they've got like 80 different types of soda you can order. Almost anything you can imagine, you can get. But what I really like is sometimes, now normally I just get Coke Zero. I just fill up my cup with Coke Zero. But every once in a while, I feel a little adventurous. I think I'm going to put in 2 parts Coke Zero and 1 part Mountain Dew and 2 parts orange and blah, blah, and I just like making swamp water. Sometimes I like to do that. Can't really get the kid behind the counter to do that. And even if they do, they may not put it in just the right mixture that you want. So I got to tell you what, the one point that I love about this new trend is I get my concessions exactly the way I want them. And that's a big deal to me. The second reason, and more important reason, why I love this system of drinks and butter and all that kind of stuff is speed. And I have noticed this huge. Now, normally, if I go to a movie theater on a busy night, which is when most of us go, a Friday or Saturday night, and I get in line for concessions, there's generally anywhere between 10, 11, 12 people in front of me, all right? Speed and how fast I get through that line is a big thing when it comes to my movie-going experience. And if you think, let's just say, for example, that, hey, the process of a kid taking your large drink, filling that large drink for you, capping that up, putting in your straw, taking your popcorn, going and buttering your popcorn for you, and you don't even know if they're going to put the right amount of butter on it, but doing all that for you, let's say, even just to be safe, let's say 1 minute. It takes 1 minute to do that. If I got 12 people in front of me, that is adding 12 minutes of wait time. That may not sound like a lot, but when you're just standing there like a drone and any minute your movie's starting, 12 minutes is significant. Because if all those people in front of me are getting a soda and a popcorn, which is what most people get, then they just added 12 minutes to my wait. By saying, hey, here's your cup, here's your popcorn, go do your thing, boom, the line moves much faster. And here's a great proof of that. The 2 theaters I go to the most, 80% of the time I go to, AMC Burbank 16. About 15% of the time I go to this movie theater in Hollywood called the ArcLight Cinema. It's a great theater. At the AMC Burbank 16, they have the self-serve setup where they give you a cup, they give you your popcorn, now you go and butter it and soda it up yourself, right? At the ArcLight Cinema, they do not. They fill your soda for you, they put on the butter for you. Without any question, the concession lines at the AMC are vastly faster, much faster. Because when I go to the ArcLight, when I get in line, I can have 4 people in line in front of me. And I'll be in that line longer than being at the AMC and having 15 people in front of me. So the line at the AMC is much faster, and I get the soda the way I want it if I want to mix it up a little bit. Plus, I have a much bigger variety of choice. And I get to put my perfect amount of butter on the popcorn myself, and I get through it all much quicker than if the dude behind the counter was doing it for us. So to me, and granted, this is just me. I know a lot of people like the convenience of just ordering my soda and they bring it all to you all prepared. I get that. I do. But to me, the benefits of getting it just the way you want and the whole benefit of the speed of which it increases that the line goes. Because I'm telling you, the 2 theaters I go to, one doesn't do it yourself, one doesn't do it yourself. And the one that doesn't do it yourself, the ArcLight, is much slower. Much, much more painfully slower to get through that concession line. So for me, everybody's going to have a different answer. But I tell you what, for me, this is pretty good. Like, I really do like this. I like this new trend. So for me, it's all thumbs up for me. And that actually brings us to today's question of the day. We've obviously heard from the email. You've heard from me, 2 different points of view. And I'm sure everybody has their own point of view. But today's question of the day is this: do you like or not like this new trend of self-serving your own concessions? That you pour your own soda, do you get your own butter? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? What do you think about that? In the description of this video below, you will, at the bottom of the description, you'll find a link to where you go and cast your vote. And the question simply is, do you like the trend of self-service concessions at movie theaters? Yes, I like it, or no, I don't like it. So I just announced it. Let's see if any of you guys have responded to it already. Loading the page. And nearly 100 of you have already responded. And right now, it's close, but surprise, surprise, you guys disagree with me. Right now, 55.9% of you say you do not like the self-serve element of concession stands, which I love. But 55% of you, 55.9% of you are saying you do not like it. 44.05% of you agree with me that yes, you do like it. So it's up to you guys. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Jump down into that thing, answer the question of the day, and we'll come back and revisit the outcome of the question of the day on Monday's John Campea show. And thank you for participating in it. All right, let's move on now to topic number 3.